The month of April is set aside every year by advocacy groups and social service agencies as a time to raise awareness about two very painful and traumatic experiences: child abuse and sexual assault. For one local woman, sharing her story, her very personal story, is her way to join that effort and hopefully encourage and empower other victims to speak up. Our Desmond Matthews joins us in the studio with her story. Desmond.
Andrea, Amber Jones says she suffered in silence for years, living with the pain and shame of sexual abuse at the hands of a close family member. She says breaking her silence was the beginning of her healing process, one that she hopes will help other victims living with the same painful secret.
I was that child being sexually abused. And today I want to share my story with you all.
7 years ago, Amber Jones opened up on Facebook sharing her deepest and darkest secret of being sexually abused as a child. Jones says she was 9 years old when someone she describes as near and dear to her heart first touched her inappropriately. She says the abuse continued until she was 16. At the age of 28, she decided to open up to her family and then the world on social media. She says she shares that same post every April.
Every year I want to share my story. I want to help someone else come out of that dark place, because it's a lonely place. You're pretty much in a place where you're not yourself. You feel alone, and when you're able to free yourself from the guilt and shame that you've been carrying that's not yours to carry anyways, it's freedom, it's peace.
During the tough, lonely years, Jones says she relied on her faith.
I knew that God was always with me throughout every circumstance, every obstacle in my life until I was able to tell, and he's with me now.
Jones's story is one the counselors and staff at Sally K. Winters in West Point hear all too often. That's why they put extra emphasis on spreading awareness during the month of April.
Child Abuse Prevention Month and just child abuse awareness is so important, as people don't like to talk about it. It's a tough topic. It's a tough topic, especially for those who have been a victim to some form of child abuse. But it's also a tough topic for the families.
Sarah Gallman is the clinical program coordinator. She says in 2022 alone, they've done 82 forensic interviews. Those interviews take place just through these doors.
Child Protective Services and/or law enforcement will get the initial call about the reported abuse. They will then send that information over to Sally Kate, and they will come in this room to watch the interview live on this monitor as the child is being interviewed by the forensic interviewer.
We go by Child First protocol, and we don't force them to talk about anything that's happened to them. When we talk to the child, we don't introduce any of the information. We basically talk to them about things that they may introduce during the interview, and we'll explore those that information that they give to us then.
Jones says coming forward takes courage and faith, but knowing you have a strong support system is key.
Consult a counselor first. Get with someone that you trust and let them know your secret, what's going on, so you can develop a plan and determine how you're going to come forward to your family or whomever you need, to the police or whomever, to let them know what's going on with you.
If you or someone you know is a victim of child abuse or sexual assault, you can call the hotline numbers on your screen. That is for the Child Abuse Prevention Hotline or the National Sexual Assault Hotline. We'll have those numbers on WCBI.com.